Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the N64 Memories podcast. Welcome to episode 8. And I'm delighted to welcome on a really special guest. It's AD from AD92 Gaming. How you doing, my friend?
I'm very good. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to say I've watched a few of your streams and I really enjoy them.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I do my best.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
glad.
watched. So I've seen on Facebook. It's either Facebook or YouTube. I've seen Doom. You've been streaming Doom.
Oh, too much probably. But yeah, I play a lot of Doom. I play a hell of a lot of Doom, to be fair. Yeah, love it.
Super Mario 64, which maybe we'll talk about later. I've seen you do that.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that one.
Nice. And
sure, love it.
Recently, I saw Zelda Breath of the Wild. Is that right?
Breath of the Wild, yeah, I play a lot of that as well. I do like viewer sabotage when I play that, so it's always interesting. But yeah, it's good. Love it.
Right, nice.
Another great game.
Yeah, they're really enjoyable because you've just got a good personality, and that's what I think a streamer needs.
I try, I've done this for, when did I do it? Just as kind of COVID was happening, like 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
I started getting into it. When I look back at some of my original streams, there was no personality at all. It was just me sitting there talking to no one, and you just kind of learn and adapt and just try and chat a load of rubbish while you're playing games badly. Usually, that's kind of what I roll with. To be fair, mate.
Yeah, well, I've enjoyed them, so I'm sure plenty of people do.
I'm glad to hear it. Thank you, man.
That's all right, no problem. So this is a Nintendo 64 podcast. So I do like to try and start with some of your earliest memories of the Nintendo 64 and what you might remember.
Yeah, N64, probably one of the most iconic consoles, I would say. I think my earliest memories wasn't actually owning one myself. So I think it released when I was probably, when was it? 97 it came out, I think.
Yeah, over 96.
Here, yeah. I was probably about 5, and we had a neighbour who used to look after me and my brother when parents were busy and stuff like that, and he had everything gaming. I've literally got him to thank for to be into gaming, to be honest, from such a young age. Yeah, we used to play a lot of Sega Mega Drive, but in terms of N64, I remember watching him playing Mario and being such a young age, I can't remember a massive deal about it, but I do remember the moments where, like, watching him do 120 stars without a guide, and it was, yeah, just things like that where you think, if we didn't have the internet, like back then you didn't have the internet, how were people capable of being so good at games? But yeah, a lot of that. A lot of Smash Bros. Smash Bros is always a good game to sit and watch and play as well. But yeah, that was my earliest memories. I was probably about 5. I'm 34 now, so I was probably about 5 years old. My earliest memories of the N64, and all good ones.
You're significantly younger than me, so I knew your memories would either be like really young or maybe they come later in the console's life. So would you just sit there and watch him play? That's what you did, or did you let you play?
We'd join in, and yeah, we would play as well. I was terrible at that age. I probably just used to pick up the controller, press a few buttons, and hope for the best, really. But I just remember it very vaguely, not very well. But it was mainly Mario 64 we used to mess around with. I think he just used to load up his 120 save, and I would just run around doing absolutely nothing. But still enjoying it at the same time, weirdly enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that sounds really cool. I was I was 13 when it came out. So I remember it all, really vividly. I remember the big build-up, getting down the shop every month and getting the next magazine, and the next Super Play magazine I'd get. Checking out the few grainy screenshots in the magazine.
Yeah.
And then launch day, I was down there. I was down in Toys R Us on the day. I was just there. I wasn't buying one. I was just there on launch day with my mate in Toys R Us. Just wanted to be a part of it. It was really cool.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially at that age when you're like so excited and everybody around you is wanting to play it and everybody's buzzing for it. But yeah, I can imagine that being an amazing moment. Like
it was really cool. Do you remember if you ever owned one? Do you remember getting one for the first time?
I did. The first N64 I ever owned was Christmas. I want to say about 2000. I would have been about 8, I think. And the first the first N64 console I had was the Pikachu Pokemon one.
Oh, nice.
I remember getting that for Christmas. I think it was roughly 2000 if I had to guess, something like that.
Sounds about right.
I would have been about 8 years old. I remember getting that with a handful of games. I remember getting that, obviously the controller, of course. Super Mario 64, of course. We had Shadows of the Empire. That was another one we got. GoldenEye. And Star Wars Pod Racer. That's what I can remember off the top of my head, but it's obviously a long time ago. I remember having those games. But yeah, the Pikachu was the first one I ever got. And I remember switching it on and being so mesmerized that his cheeks would light up when you turned it on. It was fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal. Loved it.
Have you still got it?
I haven't. You know what? I wouldn't even be able to remember what I did with it. I probably sold it and bought probably a GameCube or an original Xbox when they came out.
Yeah.
When you're that age, you just sell them, don't you, and get the next big one. And I think that's probably what I did, to be honest. But yeah, maybe one day I'll buy it back. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I don't know about you, but when I was younger, it was all pretty self-funded. I'd get a game at Christmas, game for my birthday maybe. But if I wanted the next console, like the GameCube, I would have to sell everything to pay for it, Yeah. So, unfortunately, I don't actually own any of my original Nintendo 64 stuff, other than the magazine that I've got my name printed in. I managed to keep that. Nice. Weirdly, I've got a few Mega Drive games that are from my childhood, but no Mega Drives to actually play them on. But yeah, we must have been in the same boat that you would just have to sell stuff to get the next big thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I say, I would have been 8 or 9 at the time, and I'd probably just said to parents if they'd said no at the time. I'd be like, well, what if I sell this one, get a few quid towards it, and can I have it? And I think that's probably what happened, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
One day I might get it back, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen those Pikachu ones for sale. They are very expensive now.
I've never actually looked at the price. No one like CX or anything. As much as I go into that store, I don't think I've ever seen one in store to know the price. I've never searched.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see though.
I would start saving your pennies if you intend on getting one.
Good few £100, I would guess.
Absolutely. So is Super Mario 64 the go-to game for streaming for you?
It used to be. In terms of live streaming now, it's a lot of old school Doom. I did recently play Doom 64 for the first time. What
do you think?
It's about 4 or 5 months ago. I loved it. It was totally different atmosphere to like sort of Doom 1 and 2's engine. Interesting, a little bit darker, a bit more ambience to it, but still had that kind of Doom feel to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was one of those games where people knew me for my Doom content, but they were always shocked that I hadn't played it. And I was like, you know what, screw this. I'll change that. Let's do it. And I think I got through it in like 3 streams, and I played the Xbox port. The controls were brilliant. I really enjoyed it, but I do have an actual copy of Doom 64. But I don't have an N64 console to play it on. However, I do have an Analog 3D. I don't know if you've heard of those.
Yeah, I've got one, yeah.
Yeah, you've got one? Yeah, so I've tried loading it up on there. It's not quite the same. I think maybe back in the day, the N64 was a little bit more tolerable to play. Whereas if you go back to it now, it feels really tough. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but I preferred the Xbox port to playing on an actual N64 controller.
So is that the Night Dive remaster?
Yeah, the Night Dive one. Yeah,
it's brilliant. Yeah, I've played it and completed it on the Switch Lite. I've got Switch Lite. Yeah. Mostly for Nintendo 64 stuff, but it's a great game. It's really good. I think it got a rough deal back in '97. It was like compared to GoldenEye a lot, and they're very different games. And I think it's aged pretty well. You look at the remaster; it's aged really well. I think it plays really well, and I really like it as well.
Yeah, the control mechanism's great, and you can see the same with GoldenEye. Like if you play GoldenEye on an N64 now, it's, in my opinion, this might be controversial. It's terrible. The controls are clunky. I think that might be to do with the controller. As iconic as the N64 controller is, it's not the most comfortable. Yeah. But when you play the more recent port, like on Xbox, the port they did on there, the controls are brilliant and it feels really smooth and really nice. But yeah, it's decent.
Yeah. These games like polish up nicely, and they're with good mapped out modern controls. They've got a second life to them, definitely. But
That's it.
I know what you mean. Like some games are just a bit difficult to play on the original hardware now, especially if you're a modern gamer.
Definitely. I think we're too used to these really comfortable, customizable controls. Back then, we were given a controller which looked like it was made for 3 hands. Do you know what I mean? And we just dealt with it. It felt amazing back then, but when you compare it to, say, I don't know, this is my favorite. This is my Doom Xbox controller. I absolutely love it. So comfortable. When you compare it with that, it's just not great, but you can still have fun with it,
Yeah, it's antiquated. It is. And I think the GameCube controller was a good step up.
I hands-on agree with that one. I love the GameCube controller. I've got the Switch 2 GameCube controller, although there's not a big library for it on there, but that was an upgrade from the N64. Quite comfortable to use, but a unique button layout as well. Still pretty cool though.
Yeah. So tell me a bit more about your streaming of Mario 64. Did you start from 0 stars, or did you pick up in the middle of a game and carry on?
I used to... I only ever completed Mario 64 for the first time on stream, like fully. Right. I was never that good at it as a kid, and I kind of just rediscovered my love for it back in, like, I'd say 2021. And started at 0 stars. Took me a handful of streams to get all 120. Had to do bits of research online, few YouTube looks, and looking at playthroughs and stuff to try and figure out how to do certain things. And over time, I wouldn't say good, but I became a lot better at it to the point where I was submitting speed runs for that particular version of the game. So I play on the 3D All Stars version on the Switch.
Yeah.
Again, as we were talking earlier about, controls, modern controls being mapped out nicely. That's another really nice way of playing Mario 64, slightly more enhanced. And last time I checked, I was 30th in the world on the leaderboard for completing 120 on that version.
Oh, well done. Nice.
I wouldn't say I was great at it though. Just a lot of time, a lot of practice, and a lot of it becomes muscle memory when you've played it so many times. I would say I've probably done about 200 plus 120 star runs.
Right.
As a guess. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot.
Well, I love that game. You sound like more of an expert than me at that game, most definitely.
I think I have played it on the analog as well, on a 120. I couldn't have timed it though, because again, a lot more difficult with the controls and stuff. But it was still fun to play and a little bit more tricky. But the Switch version on 3D All Stars is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had that version once. I play it on the expansion pack on the Nintendo Switch Online. I've got this version of it, one of the original versions. It's not my original. I picked that up quite recently, actually. I've got that for 25 boxed. I think that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I would say that's postage. Good. Yeah.
The copy I've had for a long time is the Japanese Rumble Pack version.
Okay.
That came out It came out in 97 in Japan, so a year after the original. And they added Rumble Pack compatibility. It's really good version. And
different,
tweaked a few things about the game. It's a really nice version of it. So I've had that one a long time. If I get an opportunity, I like to play on that version.
Yeah, it's just one of those games that it's aged brilliantly. It's so iconic. It's, for me, if I had to choose one favorite game of all time, it's that.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's how much I love Mario 64.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Great game.
Yeah. Any plans for streaming any other N64 games in the future? You've done Doom and Mario 64.
Yeah, I've done Doom. I've done Mario 64. Every now and then, if, say, we've completed a game and I've got a little bit of time free for an hour or so, we'll load up the N64 online on the Switch and load up something random, a bit of Lilac Wars or Star Fox 64 for people in North America.
Yeah.
That's a really fun, real shooter to play. Quite a good game. What else? I can't even think of what else I've played. I'd say on stream that would probably be the one I would load up and have a little go on. Bit of Mario Party, maybe, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a bad library on the Nintendo Switch Online, actually.
Yeah, it's decent enough.
Yeah, there's a few unusual ones. Winback is on there, quite unusual. Dr. Mario's on there, which is pretty cool. We never got that over here.
Yeah, it's like Tetris, isn't it? But with Mario.
Yeah. So it's nice to play a few different games on there that we didn't get to experience. Speaking of Star Fox 64, have you tried the new remake at all?
I haven't. I've just not gotten around to getting it, to be honest. It's never a game that I massively loved. I liked it, but probably not enough to buy the remake.
Yeah.
If I can pick it up pre-owned, maybe a little bit cheaper, I might consider. But at the moment, I've seen a little bit of footage and it looks great. The way they've sort of dolled it up, the graphics look brilliant. I know some of the voices. I've heard people complain about the voiceover a little bit, things with stuff, but it looks really, really good from what I've seen. But as of yet, I have not played it. But stay tuned, maybe one day.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I haven't either. I don't own a Switch 2. If they ever release a Switch 2 Lite, I would consider getting one of those. And I would get it for that. I've got a friend who's got it. Says it's absolutely phenomenal. He says it's really good. He said the same thing about the voice acting. He says that's a bit disappointing. And he said it hasn't got the same sort of cinematic feel maybe as the original did. But he says, the levels and the controls and the quality of the game itself, he says it's brilliant.
Yeah, like I say, from what I've seen, it does look really, really good. One day I will get it. We'll give it a little go.
Yeah, me too. One day. It'd be far in the future, a few years ago. But yeah. And there's a Zelda Ocarina of Time remake coming, I think, this year.
There is.
What are your thoughts on that and the original as well?
In terms of the original, I'll be honest, I was peer pressured by my chat to play it. Like, my girlfriend's a big Zelda nerd. Yeah. I didn't grow up with Zelda. I never really got into it until I started streaming. I played Ocarina of Time. I've done it twice now, and it was honestly, if I wasn't live playing it and didn't have people talking me through the game, I'd be screwed. It's so confusing. There's so much to do. It's quite an overwhelming game, but fantastic for its time. I did enjoy it. I played that on the N64 on the Switch Online, so you could get save states and things like that, because there's no way I could have done without.
Yeah.
In terms of the remake, from the initial trailer, I think it looks nice. If that's the graphics they're going to go with from the opening scene of Link lying on the bed, I think it'll look phenomenal. I know it's been branded as a complete remake, so it's going to be interesting to see how much of the original game they keep to, or whether they're going to open it up, make it a little bit less linear maybe, or add extra side quests and stuff, who knows. But that I probably will play, because I know a lot of my community loves Zelda, so I've pretty much got no choice. I'll have to.
Nice. Yeah, I've been wondering the same, because I haven't played it, but I know the Final Fantasy VII remake, obviously is different from the original PlayStation version. So I'm wondering if they're going down that sort of same route, maybe.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I hope that they do mix it up and not just reskin the game, add some new stuff, give it a whole new lease of life. I think fans would love that more. Something a little bit different. We'll just have to wait and see. I will definitely be playing that, though, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. A reimagining of the original. It's still got the same core, maybe. But something for the modern gamer, something that takes it to a different place. Rather than, like you say, just a rehash. No one's going to appreciate just rehashing it. So I agree.
Maybe something like being able to do the temples in your own order, for example, and things like that. It'd be interesting to see, for sure.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I would love to see an F-Zero X remake. If they're going down this route, I'd love to see F-Zero X remade. They haven't done anything with F-Zero for decades, and I think
it's been a long time.
Yeah, for me that would be the perfect opportunity to take a really fantastic game in the series and do what they're doing with the other two. what game? Is there another game or that game that you would like to see remade?
F-Zero, I've never actually really played that much. I remember playing a little bit of it on the SNES, on the SNES.
Yeah.
I like the graphics of that. I think it looks really stunning for its time. Really colourful. Interesting concept as well of not just a bog standard race. But in terms of another remake on the N64, I'll be honest, and I know this is going to probably sound boring, but Mario 64.
Yeah.
Make it somehow different. Do what they did with the 3DS version. New characters, separate areas, some kind of multiplayer. I'd love to see Mario 64 being remade, and I know Aspire make a lot of they've done a few Star Wars reboots, things like Racer. I would love to see Shadows of the Empire remastered as well. I think that would be great. Will it happen? Probably not, because I don't think it's not canon anymore in the Star Wars universe. But I would love to see that as well. That was a great game.
I completely agree. That game, it's great. It's really enjoyable, but there's, it needs improving. They could tweak it and improve it, and make a really good remake out of that. Absolutely agree. But you're right. Now that it's not a canon in the Star Wars universe, maybe that was just quietly, drifting off and put aside now.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, it's a shame, because it deep down, it's a fantastic game at heart. It's the same with Body Harvest. I don't know if you know that one.
I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
Yeah, I'm working through it again at the moment, because on the analog 3D, as you know, you can get save states, and that game is brutal. The save points are sparse. The difficulty is really tough to begin with. So I'm feverishly using save states to help me get through it. But that is a game that could benefit with a remaster.
Yeah, definitely.
And like you say, it probably won't ever happen. But yeah,
F-Zero, you can always dream.
yeah, I know. F-Zero, Shadows of the Empire, Body Harvest—they're actually my three I would love to see.
Yeah, I always remember playing Shadows of the Empire. It was one of the ones I got. I think I got that with my N64 as a kid, and I could never get past the junkyard level with the IG unit.
Yeah.
It's like I'm pretty sure it's after there's like a train level. We have to jump over like obstacles, and then you end up in a junkyard fighting the IG. I think it's IG-88, and I just could never ever do it at all. I could do like the first 3 levels or 4, and after that, never seen past it.
I managed that level, but the boss took ages. I was just running, turning around, quick shooting, running, hiding, quick shooting. So it would take forever to whittle his life down. I got stuck in the sewers, which is, I don't know how many levels later, but you've got this big, like, tentacled octopus thing in the water that's your boss to defeat. And I couldn't do it.
I've never made it that far. In fact, I don't think I've ever even looked at gameplay further than where I got, to be honest. So maybe one day I'll load that back up with the analog, since it's got save states, and actually try and grind it out,
Or even, like, if you wanted to see the game, stick invincibility on, and you can just leisurely play through the game and see the actual levels. I've done that before with a couple of games. I wasn't too bothered about completing them, but I wanted to see the game. Does that make sense?
No, definitely.
So I stuck invincibility on and just leisurely sort of enjoyed the game and just went through it.
Just have a little explore and see what's what.
Yeah, without taking it seriously and without, like, thinking I've actually completed it, and I know I haven't. But I just wanted to see the game for the full. I did that with South Park.
What a game.
Really?
What a game. I loved it.
Oh, no.
Peeing on snowballs and throwing them at turkeys. What's not to love?
I know. It's amusing, and it has its moments.
Yeah, cult classic, I would say.
I struggled with South Park. South Park Rally as well.
That was hard.
Yeah. Chef's Love Shack is no good without, a couple of mates.
That was like a quiz show, wasn't it, type thing?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, like Wheel of Fortune, but with South Park characters,
I don't think I ever played that one. I played a little bit of South Park Rally on the PS1.
Yeah.
But South Park, the original I played on the N64. I always found it amusing. I just used to laugh that you could pee on a snowball, lob it at a turkey, like it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. There was some funny moments, but for me as a game, I found it repetitive and not very. And you know, when I read up on it, they got through that game in 9 months, I think, from beginning to end. So they rushed and whizzed through to get that out because South Park was 98, 99. It was huge, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, controversial nowadays, I would say, but yeah, very. Yeah, I love South Park. I think it's great. One of them things you can just put on as background noise if you're lying in bed chilling or whatever. It's hilarious.
Nice. Right, last thing. Just really wanted to find out about your channel and what's coming up next.
A lot more Doom. I post a lot of Doom content, mainly on Facebook. I would say that's my main platform. So I'll probably be focusing mainly on Doom. In terms of live streams, it can kind of be a bit of anything, to be honest. Been playing a lot of Doom, Duke Nukem, Breath of the Wild. I class myself as a variety streamer, so I'll play anything old and new. But could be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I haven't even got a plan in place at the moment in terms of what I want to play. I'm just kind of rolling with the punches, seeing what my viewers want as well. Try and mix it up a little bit. There's been a couple of streams where I've cracked out the GameCube and we've been playing a bit of Smash Bros. Melee, just running through the adventure mode and the classic modes on there. It's another fantastic game, yeah. So yeah, bit of variety as always, but Doom's probably the main thing I play at the moment.
Yeah. I love the original Doom. I had it on the SNES back in '95 or something. I think I mentioned this. I posted on your Facebook page because I think the SNES version didn't have any save points.
Yeah, or had very limited.
Yeah, very limited. I mean, obviously you never reached one because I would die and have to start again from the beginning every time.
Yeah, I never played the SNES version. To be honest, my first experience with Doom wasn't until probably about 2010. Believe it or not, I didn't grow up with it. The first boomer shooter that I played was Duke Nukem 3D on the PC. But Doom I didn't play until like 2010. And it was the Xbox 360 port that I played for the first time. And then I think it was 2024, Night Dive did a remaster and added mod support. And there's literally tons of content you can play through. Yeah. And I just fell in love with it. My views went up, my engagement went up, and I thought, ooh, people are loving this. But I was loving it as well. That was the more important thing. I was just absolutely loving it. I love now just loading up a Doom WOD that I've never played before and just blind playing it and just enjoying it. The engine, the graphics, everything. I absolutely love Doom. It's one of those games that I've just, over the last couple of years, I've just fell in love with. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I've got that Night Dive remaster as well. Fantastic, loved it. Yeah. So I completely agree with you on that one.
The Legacy of Rust, the new game that they brought out, was brilliant. Extremely tough, but really good. And a couple of months back, my top star sender on Facebook, I let them decide which tattoo I got. And I ended up getting the Visago enemy tattooed on the back of my leg, which was pretty cool. Yeah, so that's how much I love Doom. I was willing to get a tattoo for it, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Amazing,
Yeah, love it.
Right, it's been great talking with you, AD. Thanks very much for joining me on this episode.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Really and good luck with the gaming channel. I will be tuning in whenever I see it, and I'm free to have a little watch.
That sounds good. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Right, thanks a lot.
Take care, mate. Thank you.
You too.